Hi students, today's lesson is going to be on circumference and pi. So you'll be able to use a relationship between pi and diameter of a circle to find circumference. So here's some key vocabulary vocabulary for circles. Sorry, I forgot to connect my drawing pad. Here we go. Or no. Connected. There we go. Whoops. Sorry. Minor technical difficulties. All right. Circle is a set of all points that are equal distance from a point called the center. So you have a center, and all of these points around the circle, which mine are not matching up properly, are of equal of distance from the center. That's how a circle is formed. It's just an infinite number of points. The center, the point inside the circle that is the same distance from all points on a circle. So it's kind of like the opposite of what the circle is. The distance from the center of a circle to any point on the circle. So radius is always from the center to the edge. From the center to the edge. There's a bunch of radii. So when you say the plural of radius is radii, okay? So don't say radiuses. A chord, this is probably a new term, is a line segment with endpoints on the circle. So this is an endpoint and this is an endpoint, and they're on the circle. Endpoint, 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 okay, on the circle. Diameter is a chord, so it is one of these right here, one of these that goes through the center. So it goes from one end of the circle to the other, passing through the center. So another diameter would be from here, passing through the center all the way to the other side, okay? Central angle is an angle inside a circle with the vertex at the center of a circle. So this is a central angle right there. Okay, we're not going to be working with these as much, but this is always also a central angle. Okay, it's still going around the circle. Okay, still going around the center. Let's use these key vocabulary words to find them. So maybe pause the video, see if you can go back and forth and find them yourselves. All right, welcome back. So let's go through these over here. So this one over here is pointing to this right there. That's an angle, and it's at the center, so this is going to be a central angle. Okay, this one over here is pointing to here and here, the two green ones. Okay, and if you go back over here, those are this right here. It's a chord. The endpoints of this and this are on the circle. So this is a chord. This is pointing to the green one. The green one goes from purple goes from one end to the center to the other end. So this is going to be your diameter. Okay, this is going right there, right in the middle. That's your center. And then this one is going to the two orange one, and that's your radius. And if you recognize the diameter is formed by this radius and this radius. Okay, so it's actually two radii that form a diameter, and they just go straight across. They're not bent, okay, at all. It just goes straight across from the center. Central angle sum. The sum of the central angles in a circle is 360 degrees. All this is saying is you have a circle, and even if I just drew a radius here, from here to here, The entire circle is 360 degrees. And this is really important to find measures of central angles. If you don't know that the whole thing adds up to 360, you can't find answers. So find the measure of the missing central angle. So we know just from now that the total of all of this is 360. So you could do 100 plus 140 plus 40, and that's going to give you 280. And we know all of it together is 360. So this is going to be 360 minus 280. Okay, and that gives you 80 degrees. So x is equal to 80 degrees. You're more than welcome to create an equation too. What I mean by that is you can just add all of them up. X plus 100 plus 140 plus 40 is all equal to 360. This is also acceptable if you're an equation person. It's kind of where I go to, but I feel like maybe more of you prefer just adding them all, subtracting. Find the measure of the missing angle. So you're looking for this right here, from here to here. So we know the entire thing is 360 from here all the way here. But what do we know about this? This ends up being a semicircle. All this is half of it. We know this because this is a diameter that's cutting this in half. Diameter is cutting it in half. So that means that the bottom half is how many degrees? 180 degrees. That means the top half is also going to be 180 degrees. So this is going to be x plus 63 is equal to 180, not 360. You can do plus 180 at the bottom too and make it all equal to 360. Not necessary. So subtract 63. So you're going to get x is equal to 117 degrees. Next one. More vocabulary. The circumference, the distance around a circle. It's like the circle version of perimeter. If you want to write that, you can. The circle's version of perimeter. Perimeter is for polygons. Okay? Circumference is you have a circle, what is the length around it? So you need to be able to identify this. Like, because circle is bent, you can't just take a ruler and measure it. That's where pi comes into place. Pi is the ratio of the circumference of a circle to its diameter. So the formula to get the circumference is going to be either 2 pi r, 2 times pi times r, or you could use circumference is equal to pi times diameter. And this works because 2r is equal to diameter. 2 radii is always going to equal to diameter. That's fact. It's good to have that in place because if they give you a diameter, then you need to be able to find the radius sometimes, okay? So it goes hand in hand. To find the circumference of the circle, use 3.14 for pi. So I'm telling you to use 3.14. I know there's a pi button on calculators, but when it tells you to use 3.14, it's kind of like the rule of thumb to use it, okay? So you have circumference is equal to 2 pi r. This is the one that you're going to remember the most, so why not use it? So the radius of this, the diameter here is 8, so the radius is going to be 4. So C is equal to 2 times 3.14 times 4. And you can just put all of this in the calculator, all right? Please don't show the math for it. 2 times 3.14 times 4 gives you 25.12 millimeters. How about you pause the video and you do this one? All right, welcome back. So it's going to be C is equal to, this is our radius. So we don't need to find it this time. 2 times 3.14, times 2.5. So 2 times 3.14 times 2.5 gives you 15.7 millimeters. All right. Oh, it's not millimeters. My fault. This is feet. Why don't y'all tell me? Feet. How about you pause the video definitely for these two, okay? Thanks for coming back. So this is going to be your answer for this is going to be the one on the left is 6.28 inches. And the one on the right is going to be 254.34 meters. And make sure you're just using this formula. C is equal to 2 pi r, or C is equal to pi times diameter. Okay, either one, it's fine. You could have used this for that and this one for that. All right, let's do some word problems or other problems. Natalia walked with her friend around a circular track. The circumference of the track was 188.4 meters. C is equal to 188.4 meters. Find the approximate length of the track's radius. Use 3.14 for pi. Draw a figure to help you. If you need to draw a figure, so you're trying to find out what the radius is. You do know that the entire thing, the circumference, is 188.4. So in C is equal to 2 pi. We're not even in pi r. Now let's plug everything that we know. Let's substitute everything that we know. So C is 188.4 is equal to 2 times 3.14. Keep forgetting the 1 first. Times r. 188.4 is equal to 6.28 times r. And now you can divide 6.28 from both sides. So 188.4 divided by 6.28. That goes away. So the radius is going to be 30, meters. Maybe pause the video and try this one out on your own. All right, a blimp travels in a circular pattern above the state fair. The blimp travels 9,848.61 yards in one full circle. Find the diameter of the circle. So we know that the circumference is 9,848.61 yards. Okay, so C is equal to pi d. And you're more than welcome to use the other one, but this formula exists, and why not use it? So 9,848.61 is equal to 3.14 d divided by 3.14. So let's see what that comes out to. 9,848.61 divided by 3.14. That is, diameter is 3,136.5 yards. Pretty big numbers, but that's why circles are important, guys. And your exit card. If you need to draw pictures for these, okay? So number one, fine. This is the image that goes with number one right there. And then the rest of them, you can draw a picture out if you need it or just work it out. But make sure you work it out in your notebook, or if you even want, in the next slide, you can type it up. But you know me, I prefer the notebook. All right, bye, everyone.